Good morning, students. From Jairam Higher Secondary School, we welcome you to the online class. Even in this corona situation, we have created this online class only for the students' concern, that is, to enhance your knowledge. By analyzing the situation, please I request all of you to be safe at home and utilize this class. And before entering into the topic, those who have books, please sit with your books and imagine the situation how we sit in our class. First, this is for the class standard 6 physical science. Okay. See, in our subjects science, you have learned about commonly as science, but it consists 4 branches. What are the 4 branches are? Physics, chemistry, botany and zoology. That 4 branches is subdivided as, that is interrupted, like say for example, for 11th higher secondary you will be learning individually physics, chemistry, botany, zoology, but still up to 9th standard you will be learning common as physical science and another one part as biological science, that is the combined of physics and chemistry and the combined of botany and zoology. So what do you mean by, in that our part is physical science. So what do you mean by physical science? It is what? It is the study of inorganic world. It doesn't study the inorganic world in the sense it doesn't study the it doesn't study the living things. It will be only dealing with non-living things. And this is about physical science, but as I told you, physical science is the combination of physics and chemistry, isn't it? So for that you have to know what do you mean by physics as well as what do you mean by chemistry and where the word is came from, isn't it? Fine. First we'll learn about what do you mean by physics. So physics is nothing but it is the scientific study of natural forces. Scientific study of natural forces in the sense, see, say for example, if you are sitting in a place, suddenly you have to get up from that place. So what do you need? How you will be get up in? What it need? Your body has to move. Still you are being at a position that we say as a rest position. So that all nothing but it's a force, that is motion, forces and motion, and such as light, sound, heat, electricity, pressure, etc. All these areas will comes under physics. And physics we can also say as it is the science of study, that is how things work. Beyond as lot of things are there, like living and non-living things are there. Say for example, if computer we say, take it as example, computer, it is a non-living thing, but it is if right now for this current technology 2020, without computer we couldn't do any work. Here whatever the aspects, like in every area, every fields, their files, everything written updates is they have maintained written updates, even though in this current 20th century everywhere you can see the computers. So computer is playing main role. Why? Because in computer, how the computer works, because of the electricity, right? And that electricity will be getting from where? Physics, right? So the electricity in the sense it is a non-living thing. It is the study of science which is what? Non-living thing, right? And the physics word, where it came, the word physics came from the Greek word which we say as physis. That is, I'll spell the words physis, Phusis, that is nature, Greek word nature. Then later from English and Latin, finally it came as physics, that is the natural things, the science which deals with natural things. And in day-to-day life, how the physics deals, how what are the things we comes under physics in our day-to-day life. Physics, it extends well into your everyday life, where how it has been described as motion. As I told you just now, I give an example. If some person or you have to get up from a place, when you are at rest position, instantly you have to get up. Okay, so for this I can give you example. If we are sitting inside the class, right, the class is going on, immediately if our correspondent sir or our principal sir came inside our class, what we will have to do? we have to stop the class and we'll give respect for him, right? So instantly you people are get up and wish him, right? So far your position is at rest. When a respected person is entered inside, we all people have to supposed to be get up, right? So when we are get upping, the time what our body feels is still that motion happens. We are at rest position. After that sudden, what we did is we have get up. And the get up அப்படிங்கிறது what is nothing but motion. The body is turned into the another part, what motion. That forces describing that this is what describing motion, forces and energy of ordinary experience. This is all the ordinary thing what we have comes under in actions such as walking, driving a car, or using mobile phones, etc. So this is what physics is work in our everyday life. Now we can learn what do you mean by chemistry. So far we have comes under physics, right? So now we can enter into chemistry. What is chemistry and how it deals with the day-to-day life activities, right? So chemistry, what is the definition of chemistry? I'll tell you. So chemistry is nothing but it is the structure of properties, that is structure and properties of substances with the changes they go through it, and it have strong attraction with the people. And simply we can say what is mean by chemistry is it is the element compounds which is composed of atoms, molecules and ions and their compositions, right? So for example, simply I can tell you where the chemistry is dealing. Chemistry is nothing but it deals with a chemical substance. So in our body, few chemical substances are there. Some chemical reaction is happening. That happens daily. We doesn't know that. I'll tell you. For the example, digestion process. See, if you are having our food, first the food is entering inside our mouth. What we have to do is we have to chew the entire food content. So after the chewing process is done, what will happen is the food content will extend the next process as saliva, right? Saliva. That saliva is changed into a chemical reaction. That is from the food. That is between the food and acids, the enzymes which to break down molecules into the nutrients, and the body can observe and use it, right? And this is what the digestion process chemical reaction is comes under. And next another one example I'll give you. So daily we have to take brush our teeth as well. We have to take bath. If not, this is what daily happening. So in that area also the chemistry is the chemistry comes under. How it means soap, detergents, which act as emulsifiers to surround dirt and crumbs, so it can be washed away from our clothes, dishes and our bodies as well. So these are all about physics and chemistry. So far we have learnt about what do you mean by physical science. In that physical science is subdivided into two parts. One is physics as well as chemistry. And what do you mean by physics, and what are all the day-to-day activities which comes under physics, right? And the physics word came from which Greek word, which is nothing but physis, that is natural things as well. Right now we have learnt about chemistry, right? So far this is all about our physical science part. Right now we are entering into the unit. It's nothing but measurement. Okay, what do you mean by measurement? The word measurement, where do we use this measurements? So before entering into this measurement deep, let's have a discussion. See, if your mother asks you to buy some home needs like milk, vegetables, etc. Okay, fine. If she doesn't mention the quantity, you're going and buying that home needs. Okay, how will you get that materials from the shopkeeper? What do you ask to him? Simply you can't ask give me milk, give me vegetable. What he will raise the question, how much you need. That how much is nothing but quantity, that is amount of substance what you need. You have to tell the person, shopkeeper, clearly what is the material you need, what is the quantity of that material which you need. Instant you are telling this clearly, the person who is giving, they can't give that clear, they can't get a clear idea, right? So for this what we have used is measurement. Like say for example you want to get a milk, how you will get that milk? give me 1 kg of milk, you will ask like that? Not at all. That 1 kg, what is 1 and what is kg? 1 is nothing but it is a number, how much you need, and there's kg for milk. Shall we use kg? Absolutely not. For milk, what we will be using is liter. Why? Because milk is what type of states of matter will this milk comes under is liquids. See, as you know, we have 3 states of matter. What is the 3 states of matter? Solid, liquid and gases, right? So in these 3 states of matter, if you want to get each and everything based on the material, we have that particular unit. For milk, that is for volume of liquids, we supposed to use liter, as well as for other weight substances like mass substance, like how to say, for dress and all, you couldn't use kg or liter. If you want to buy a dress material, to that person, how will you ask? Give me 150 centimeter or 1 meter of dresses. Which material you need, right? So for particular things, particular unit are there. That unit we say as international system of units. Like we have 7 fundamental basic units. So for each and everything, which unit have to be used, supposed to be used. So that and all you will be studying in this measurement lesson, right? So now we'll be entering into the topic, that is introduction. Fine, as I told you, what do you mean by measurement? See, the known quantity, you are just comparing the known quantity with unknown quantities. What do you mean by known quantity and what do you mean by unknown quantity? Known quantity means, as I told you, if your mother want you to buy some materials, she will tell you how much quantity you need, how much quantity you are supposed to buy, right? So that is known quantity. Unknown quantity means for few things we doesn't know how much it was, right? So we have been comparing the known quantity with unknown quantity. The comparison of unknown quantities with known quantities is known as measurement, right? And this is what the definition of measurement, which comes under 2-mark question. And once again, shall we revise this measurement definition? Yes, measurement is nothing but the comparison of unknown quantities with some known quantities is known as measurement, right? Okay, so measurement that has 2 parts. Measurement of a quantity, it has 2 parts. As I told you, if you want to get what will ask, 2 kgs of potatoes, 1 kg of rice, give me 2 liters of milk. The 2 is what I said number, and the kg is kg, liter, meter, centimeter will all comes under unit. So this is what it is, a magnitude of quantity. The magnitude of quantity, physical quantity, is divided into 2 parts, which we say one is number and another one is unit, right? And this measurement of physical quantity is also comes under 2-mark question, or it will be asked in 1 mark. Like what are the magnitude of physical quantity? What are the parts of magnitude of physical quantity? So you have to write as what? Number and another. It has 2 parts. One is number and another one is unit. Fine. Next, so for all the materials we have a measuring tools. Say for example, if you are going to shop to buy some dresses like shirts, if you are getting shirts ready made, it will be stitched. If you want to get not ready made shirt, you want to buy that material and you have to stitch. So okay, so for that they will ask you the measure, how much you need, the quantity they will ask you. Okay, so for measuring that, what they will be using, what are the things they will use? Measuring tools. So without measuring tools, we couldn't give that materials, right? For everything they have a measuring tool. So what are the measuring tools we have? For what material we'll be using to measure, right? So this is what I want in this slide is attached. See, for first I have this given here. See, measuring tape. So where this measuring tape will be using? See, in our construction field, this measuring tape you can see often. Okay, see, if your bathroom and hall is, if you compare both of these 2 area, the bathroom is a little bit short compared with your hall and your bedroom. Why? Because bedroom is a multi-purpose will be using as well. The hall, in the sense, maximum people will be there, but bathroom is not like that. So how the areas and everything they will be measuring is with the help of this measuring tape. And measuring tape is nothing but it is used to measure the length of the distance as well, right? And next you will see stop clock. And this clock, day to day life, what we all our activities or it is related with the time. without time. For everything we have a time, particular time. From wake up from the morning and still we go to sleep, all our activities is based on what? Time, right? So this stop clock is also a measuring tool. For what purpose we'll be using? Simple, in our school, if you conduct any games or a competition between two classes or two people, boys, girls, whomever it is, in that in that areas, PT sir will be using the stopping clock or stopping watch to take the accurate time. So for what purpose we are using this stop clock is, it is used to measure the accurate time of the activity. And next thing, measuring jar. So where the measuring jar is used is for measuring the volume of liquid. See, if you are buying milk, if it is a packet milk, already it will be packed a half liter and how it is half liter packet milk we have, and 1 liter milk we have, 1 liter packet we have. So the packed thing is already packed and came from the industry. But if you're getting milk individually from a milkman, how you will get, how he will provide you the milk is with the help of this measuring jar. And also we say this as the graduated cylinder. With the help of this graduated cylinder, he will provide you the milk, isn't it? And one more thing, see here another material we have is, what is that? Meter scale. Where do we use this meter scale? As I told you right now, while if you want to take material, the dress material, what the person will do, he will measure the cloth, how much you need, how much centimeter you need, how many meters you need. He will measure with the help of what? Meter scale. So where we will be using this meter scale is maximum in the dress shops, right? It is used to measure the length of the object. Whatever the object, we can measure with the help of the meter scale. And 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. So in all the areas we have the 1 meter scale, which have how many centimeters? 100 centimeters. And finally here, see, this is what the balance, we say this physical balance. In olden days, that in our neighborhood shops, small shops, we will see that Mallika Kadan solvaanga and the mari, in all those shops, what they will use this physical balance to take to measure the rice weightage of rice, okay, and also the vegetables. Right now we have used electronic balance, but in olden days in many shops, what balance they have used is physical beam balance, we say this. What is the name of this balance? Is beam balance. It is used to measure the mass of the object. We have see, it has two sides. You can view this clearly, this image, two sides. One side, what they will keep is the weight, half kg to how many kgs or how many grams you have, grams you need, okay. And another one side, what they will keep is the amount of what substance you need, okay. If it is a rice or vegetable or some other seeds like cumin seeds and fennel seeds, a lot of spicy substance which you need. So that all only they will be using like with the grams. They will use the quantity with gram, right? By measuring the gram quantity, they will be taking all these substances, that the spicy substances, okay. So for all this, two sides we have. One is for what? For how much the quantity, that is gram or kg, or how much quantity we need. And this one is for which material you need, okay. So this is all about measuring tools. Shall we once again go through with what are the tools we have, and for what substance they are using this measuring tool? Yes. So once again, for measuring tape, for what purpose we are using this measuring tape? To measure the length of the distance. And the next thing is what? Stop clock. This is used to measure the accurate time of the activity. And next thing, what is attached here is measuring jar, and this also we say as graduated cylinder. This is used for measuring the volume of liquid. And another one tool is there, meter scale. Maximum where this meter scale is used in our school, we are also using that scale, centimeter scale, and 30 centimeter scale, as well as in maximum many shops, in dress shops, they'll be using this meter scale, okay. So for what purpose this is using? To measure the length of the object. And finally, which balance we have here is beam balance. This is used to measure the mass of the object, okay. I hope you understand about what do you mean by measuring tools, what are the tools are there, and for what purpose we are using it, okay. Next thing, length. what is length? As I told you, for which quantity, for which physical quantity we will be using meter is for length. So what is length actually? See, in this picture it is given clearly. This is what this background is, what picture shows. It is our classroom background, right? What the two persons are doing, they are measuring the, with the help of the tape, with the help of measuring tape, what these two persons are doing, they are measuring the board length. So what does mean by length? What they are doing, see, one person, he hold one side of one point of tape in left side, and another person, he have the end tape with other end other side. Okay, so what he did, what the both person is doing, they are measuring the distance between one end and the other desired end. This is what called as length. Not only for that board, for any object, if you want to get the length of that object, what we have to need is, based on the shape of the object, the length is also will get differ. See, for example, for our TV table, our TV table is, if you have LED, for that you will be extend the LED based on the LED inches, the LED is much more length. Okay, if you have a computer at your home, the computer comparing with your LED TV, the computer's length is somewhat less, right? So how do we measure that? With the one end, the distance between the distance of one end of the computer end thing, and the another end, other desired end. So this is what we say as length. Again, once again, shall we recall what do you mean by length? What is length? Distance between one end and the other desired end is called what? Length, right? And see, in this, the two persons, they are measuring the length, and the another one person, he is noting how much length is, because this is very big board. Okay, so instantly they can't go, because the tape is only based on the tape, how much the tape is based on the material, the tape inches, the value also will get changed, right? If it is a small tape, means it will be having only, for 1 meter means only 100 centimeter will be having. It's okay. So for that, to measure the very big distance, what we have to do is, we have to make the big entire thing into two half. Okay, so similarly, this in this picture also, the two persons, what they did is, entirely they didn't measure the entire length of the board. First, what they did, they split the board into two halves. First, this in this picture, first they are measuring this part as one, and next they will measure the other part, and finally what they will do is, they will tell the entire thing. How they will be doing is, they add. So here what we can do is, here we can't see the difference between the two end. Here we can go with addition process, because it is a very big material. We can't measure with a simple tape. Why? Because the centimeter is very much less in the tape. So for that, what they will be doing, they will be dividing the board into two halves. They have split it into two halves. First they are mentioning as one section, and next they will measure the next section, and finally they will add and tell us the measurement. So these are all the process for measuring the materials, right? And this is all about length. Fine. Next, see, in previous slide we have learnt what is length and what is the distance of. So what is the definition of length, right? See, as I gave you example, no, in dress shops, if you want to get a material, we'll be using what meter scale, the same thing. So it may be the distance between. So what are all the materials we can measure? How we are measuring is, if you want to measure our book, say for example, if you have your book in your hand, you can take your scale. How you can measure is, one end, you can keep your book, closed book, the edges of a book, one edge to the other edge, you can you can measure the distance between one edge and the other edge of a book. As well, your table and the football ground, so whatever, and your distance which you're coming from your home to school, these all things is what we say as the length, nothing but distance between the edges or one end to the desired end. Okay, this all comes under what? Length, right? Is it clear for you? What do you mean by length? I hope you understand. Shall we comes again? And one more thing, if you want to know know the length, no, you want to calculate many more substances like that, you can take your books, your old books also you can take, and also if what are the materials you have in your home, like sure you will be having a study table you will be having, and as well computers, your TV edges, every what are the materials around you. Please, you can do this as an activity. You can take your scale, or if you have a measuring tape, okay, you can do this. This is all the, because each and every material, as I told you, if you compare one material with the other material, the value, the measuring what the value which you measured will not be similar. Based on the material, the measuring value will be differ. So you can measure what is your book distance, what is the length of your book, that is distance of your book, as well the table, and the other tables or other materials. Okay, and if you have stitching machine, you can measure that distance as well. Fine. Next, so finally we came to the end, and so far what we have learnt is length. What is length? First, previously in this measurement unit, what we came so far, what is measurement, where the measurement came from, that is wherever we are using, in which area we are using measurements, how we use to get things. So each thing, each materials have individual quantity and individual unit to get, and few more things like what is length, where how do we calculate the length. Fine. So in the next session we'll be learning about deep into the other parts of this unit.